Alrighty, welcome to another part of the JD Law here for Japan over here. This actually came a lot faster than I thought it would over here with this file I'm posting it right about now. That's, yeah, you're gonna get a double feature in JD Lore Dumps over here. Because I did not think we would get one over here this soon over here after doing the last one. But hey, I also have interesting things be going on over here, and we're going to see furthermore exactly what Japan is doing over here. Hopefully we get some more lore on some of the other nations over here. Yeah, not Japan over here. I would be interested to see exactly how the rest of the world be acting over here. Maybe we'll see that in the future. Who knows? Anyway, number 4 over here, because we're continuing, because we got the whole point over here. Yeah, we're continuing over here, that over into there. Point 4. The Japanese Restoration Association, 1947. Year 11 Union. Itsuo Sekisaka, one of Kato's economic advisors, and like Kato, a member of the Ronoha, was delivering a lecture on the Marxist economics of students at the Kyushu People's University when a bomb planned by unidentified groups suddenly exploded. He narrowly survived but suffered severe injuries. Following the incident, Territorial Energy Council of the Japanese Restoration Association issued a statement claiming responsibility, declaring, "We shall fight with the spirit of selfless devotion and the say Hakuko. In order to reclaim Japan's traditions, cultures, and Kudotai. Thereafter, the association repeatedly carried out acts of terrorism, mainly in western Japan, particularly Kyushu, targeting radical left-wing politicians and foreign politicians perceived as sympathetic to exile refugees. It also continued to revoke the government by issuing conspiratorial and inflammatory pamphlets and newspapers." So it's similar to the whole post-war Japan out time, and they have similar bits of this. The government believing the association base to be located somewhere between Kyushu and the Chugoku region, mobilized the people's police and launched investigations on co-identity. However, in areas such as Yamaguchi and the Kagoshima, the birthplace of the Meiji Restoration, as well as Fukuoka, where the Black Ocean Society had been founded, many citizens sympathized with right-wing ideology, cooperating against the group. The investigation to fail. I got them sympathetic sympathizers and no other sympathies. These are all the right-wing sort of people. Also Democrat folks over there. You can see the variants of the Democratic, some right-wing and some cells that are more in the rejuvenation society, if I remember correctly. In the wake of the incident, Fukumoto was cleared within the JSUP. The Kato administration arguing that the emergence of Japanese restoration was due to lax investigative methods. They call reception more powerful police organization, mainly a secret police force. Fukumoto's allies have also accused figures of this. Asanuba and Ishio secretly sympathizing with a secret association. This further severing division between the left and right factions within the party. Yeah, and depending on how the Eurasian war goes, one of those two can come out of it. Actually, all three of them have a stake on depending on how the Eurasian war goes. Where Japan succeeds or loses to either Sternberg or Greece. All depends really. I'm kind of curious what I want to do for a playthrough whenever they get content over here in the future. I'll be interested. I'll think about that whenever that happens. Meanwhile, Seki himself having been gravely wounded in the attack. Could you have towards the right wing of work actually? Who kind of towards the radical left? You guys are closer to the Fukumoto forming as like opponent of Yamakawa isms, as well as Hungarian figures regarded as doctrinal even by the Germans. As I remember, because I think I believe in Red Flood over here, Lenin, the Red Flood time over here, Lenin actually helped out with the Hungarian revolutions that occurred there post-war, which I think also occurred that time over here, except Lenin actually led them because he got deposed by Bogdanov during one of the Soviet conferences. I can't remember which year that happened. Oh yeah, but it was early enough that Lenin was exiled to like somewhere in Switzerland. I don't remember. As the rift emerged between Segisaka and Kato and others of the pragmatic left, Segisaka would later invite fellow leftists within the Ronoha, such as Huei Uchi, Masaburo Suzuki, in Kusa Sasaki to form a new faction, the Socialist Association, thereby causing a split between the But five got the popular gym culture. But I think also, I think there's also some over here a lot of time, man. The large-scale influx of exiled refugees triggered a boom in German culture among the youth. Foods such as stolen and pretzels were adapted to Japanese style and became popular. Meanwhile, elderly people who could not adapt to German culture were left behind, leading to generational conflict. I figured they would at least enjoy the pretzel, but fucking bread over here twisted. I should have. Man, so maybe because I do fucking love pretzels, but it is what it is. But yeah, it definitely would be a thing over here. I believe something similar. I think it was more like in the art and our timeline compared to how we got foods and shit. I think it's interesting seeing the whole cultural stuff. Number 60, collapse and realization of the old fashions. Inichiro Asano was a leading figure of the Nichiru Kai, who had entered a semi-retired state following the shock of losing his mentor Hasashi Aso in 1940. Gradually began returning to politics during the second Yamakawa administration over here. I believe it would also be a path as well. However, the return of reform between him and Jotaro Kamikawa, another figure in the Nichiru Kai and close associate of Aso, was only led the fact of Asano after Aso's death over here. I believe I think also become part of that too. The trigger was a minor dispute over different interpretation of Aso's ideas. Kamikawa interpreted Aso advocacy for the emperor system, nationalism, and cooperation with the military as many means to achieve social within the framework of an imperial constitution, and sought to guide Nichiru Kai towards what he considered Aso's original vision, moderate social democracy. Furthermore, he said the current republican system, I will be reluctantly arguing thus forcibly restoring the monarchy, because it's disorder. However, Aso knew what in all monarchies and Pan-Asians firmly rejected his interpretation. He regarded Aso that did not as mean but as ends, and attempted to steer the Nichiru Kai towards nationalism of here. So yeah, that's why I believe there are national collectivism in JD, but he is. This grew increasingly heated day by day from. Oh wait. Yeah. I jumped ahead of it. The dispute will go increasingly heated day by day, prompting another influential figure, Justo Miwa, to frequently mediate between them. However, the intensity of the arguments exhausted Miwa mentally, eventually leading to his hospitalization due to gastrointestinal illness. Damn. Bro was so tired of this shit, literally. Bro was tired of their shit, he got tired of his shit. Anyways. With no one left to get any conflict, the split became irreversible. Asanuma together with Rikazu Hirano formed the Japanese Popular Alliance, Kamikawa garnering Christian socialists such as Tetsu Katayama, who had also accepted republicanism and left Nishiro, forming the Social Pures Alliance, and Nishiro managed to remain the social democratic elements under the leadership of the Nichiru Kai Miwa faction to form the Democratic Socialist Association. There are 3 associations over here, look at all that. Thus, the loose pre-revolutionary factions of the old Shinkai and Nichiru Kai groups finally collapsed. And number 7 over here, the rise of reform bureaucrats over here, yeah. Bureaucrats who are reforming shit over here. But not like, they're like our reform bureaucrats. And the existing factions continue to disintegrate. A new political current began to emerge within the party, centered on a group of bureaucrats who had advocated for control of the economy since before the revolution, the so-called reform bureaucrats. The organization was known as the Council of Socialism Builders, led by Huawada, who had risen from a obscure, he also a leader as well, actually, nothing about it. Who had risen from an obscure bureaucrat to a lead figure who had agricultural policy through the success of land reforms. Because they were prominently composed of active bureaucrats, they initially presented themselves as an opportunistic group of distancing itself from inter-party struggles, advocating freedom from factional maneuvering, sorry. And the diminished ideological bias of here. Good look at that. However, many of these bureaucrats who idealistically elites and economically kind toward the control of the economy combined with their strong agenda toward the up socialism, Yamakama, Abe, and also, in the Marxist leans of World Coast Associate Shishio Katsumata, they gradually formed connection with Fukumoto and others opposed to the Yamakawa line. So yeah. Yeah, the players are starting to form their little factions over here during the post-Red Flood out here. So I get to the state of World 56. Oh, yeah, like crazy. Yeah, we got also interesting little stuff over here. Lots of interesting little possibilities with the people and also interesting shit. They're very much. I do. I enjoy this over here. I do wish we could get some more of the other nations out of here at some point. We may see what the rest of the world's up to over here. Well, maybe we'll get that in the future. Over here, maybe just gonna be focusing on Japan stuff over here before we get into the rest of the world. But we shall see exactly what it's gonna be. So yeah, I gotta enjoy the stuff over here. And again, I did not expect to have one drop today over here, which is why I'm recording this kind of late. So you're gonna get back-to-back GD prize report over here. I figured you might as well do this one because it's short, and I wanted to do all the lower stuff over here. Japan, because we're focusing on all of that. But I didn't expect one to drop over here as well. So yeah, until then, I'll see you guys whenever it's going to be the next. Bye.